Hi, Steph. You okay?
Hi, Mike. Yes, thank you.
I think we're live now. We've mastered Skype recording and what have you. Let's just make sure that this is actually recording. I think it is. Is it? Does it say it's recording at
Yeah,
your end?
yeah, it's recording.
It is recording. That's great. Well, thanks for volunteering to have a tarot reading. I'm calling this tarot chat. I'm just going to give you a 3 or a 4 card reading and just get to know you because you're in my Mr. GTV group. How did we meet, Steph? How did you get to know about me?
Just random, because I just have a friend who I've noticed over the years, not many years I've known her, but she sort of like has introduced me to little things that I've known have been good for me. And it was just, I don't know how it was. I think she just sent me a little link or a share, didn't even say anything. And I've been on and I've listened to the videos and some of them on YouTube about the chakras and the colour therapy. I've watched a few of them. And
Yes.
I like the way you talk. It just resonates with me. I think maybe like, I don't know, we're both northern or what.
Are you a spiritual lady, Steph?
Yes, I am. I'm not what suppose I don't live my life in any way that people think I don't do it for a living or anything like that.
No,
But
no.
just yeah, I'm a spiritual warrior.
Well done, well done. It's interesting because I mean the spiritual side of my job is something I do not as a job. I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm a corporate hypnotherapist, but you can't separate it because you are talking mind, body, spirit. You are, and it's so useful when people are prepared to open up to you because a lot of men don't, and it's my massive mission to wake men up because
Oh,
women like
please do.
yeah,
All us ladies won't complain.
Where in the world are you, Steph? Because you know that I'm a Manchester lad. I'm in Thailand at the moment. So where are you?
Well, I'm just down the road because I'm Widnes in Cheshire, so sort of slap bang in the middle of Liverpool and Manchester. So yeah.
And that's where are you born and bred, Widnes? Are you? Is that?
Yeah, never seem to have got out for long. No, yeah, I'm Widnes, born and bred.
Well,
I've done a tour de Widnes, and I've ended up kind of back where I started in the little area that I was born in. I've sort of gone around and I'm back there now, but I've been for a little while.
Well, I always say with my tarot cards that I never say that I'm right, but what I say you need to hear. And I also say that I work with you empathically, a connection of vibration, even though I'm 7,000 miles away. You've seen my demonstrations and, it's quite empowering. So it's always positive. But I will tell you the truth. And I work with spirit, whatever that means. So I get voices in my head, but I'm not losing the plot. And I work with the cards, and I've worked with these cards and taught these cards for over 20 years. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to give me a number, and I'm going to give you 4 aspects of you, which is I'm going to give you a reading on your physical life or where you are physically and what you need to be told, your emotional life, your mental life, and then one about what I call your major definite purpose, which is why you were incarnated in your spiritual life. Are you happy with that? Are you happy with?
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds
So
very good. Thank
it's
you.
just one number. I've had these charged today with my crystals, so I'm ready to go. The cards are ready to go. I just need the number off you, Steph.
31.
Fantastic. So I'm going to count 31 cards and we're going to start from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. When I counted 11 cards, what's the weather like with you at the moment?
Raining today. The sun was out earlier on and it was quite nice sitting in here with the sun shining. But no, it's a bit cool and a bit gloomy now.
Are you in your conservatory there?
Yes, I am.
Looks very nice.
A bit cold.
Is it? It's quite warm here. We're getting into warm season. We've come out of monsoon into rainy season, and it's now coming into summer, and it gets at its hottest round about April, mid-April, which is Thai New Year. Funnily enough, they call it Songkran, and it's a beautiful time of year. But I'm coming back to the UK very soon, so I'm looking forward to weather that I'm more used to as a Mancunian, which is lots of rain, you know.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm going to start with your physical life, and this is saying, this card is the patience card. It's saying that you've planted seeds and you're not going to be growing weeds, that if you can prune and trim and care for the seeds that you've planted in your life and your family, those will be fruitful this year. And because it's got a black border, it's very much what's going on for you now, that you're in the process of selecting what you want to go forward with. So you have to pay constant attention to where weeds are growing, because it's very easy for weeds to take over. Flowers are beautiful and they take longer to grow than weeds, which can literally turn up overnight. So this is for me to tell you to keep your eye on the weeds in your mind, the thoughts that take you to places that aren't very colourful, flowery and beautiful, and to basically just delete those thoughts, just to witness them and to kick them out. It's basically, if you get a thought in your mind that you don't like, you just say next. You literally just say next. Or another really good little neat trick is just to say stop. Just basically, if you hear yourself or witness yourself, if you hear yourself talking or witness yourself thinking something that's not kind, not constructive, not helpful, and it makes you feel a bit shit, then you shift by saying next thought or next sentence, and or just stop and put your hand up, because you have done very well. You have nurtured some seeds physically, and you're going to benefit from the flowers. And this is a man that's nurtured seeds. So this suggests to me that you've been in quite a male role, that you've had to wear the trousers in your life and in your family. Would that be true to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
This has come up with 1 and 4, which is 5. This is going to change round about the 5th month, and 5 is the number numerology for change. But it's also coming up that from May, so we're in March now, it's March the 16th we're doing this chat and this tarot chat. By May, if you keep your hands on the seeds, water them and pluck the weeds out, that by May you will end up physically in a far better place than what you're experiencing at the moment. So I'll just leave you with that for now. And then the next card will be your emotional life. So you seem to be a very happy disposition. I mean, you're smiling and everything. So yeah, well, you've got to make the best of everything. Now, this is actually saying that emotionally there is material harvest, which starts in the 9th month. Now, I know that you came on cam just for a brief 1-card reading at weekend when I did a demonstration on the Mr. GTV channel. We didn't go into any depth there, but I think I might have mentioned to you that September is going to be quite pinnacle for you. And this card reconfirms that with number 9. So we've got changes in May, as long as you tend to the weeds and just water the seeds. Okay. And by September, you'll be experiencing physical material harvest. But because this is actually your emotional card, that means that you'll tangibly see in your physical life things that will be emotionally pleasing for you. So it's going to lift your heart. Your life will get better. And there's the colour green again. And it comes up with apples and oranges. It comes up with coins and drinks. So in other words, in terms of your basics, you're going to be financially okay. Doesn't mean you're going to have lots of wealth. It doesn't mean a lottery win, but you've got nothing to worry about. You're going to have enough money so that you don't have to worry about money. But it's going to be September that you're going to have evidence of that, as long as remembering that you prune the weeds and water the seeds. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
I'm aware this is a public reading and I'm recording this. I don't want to go into too much detail, but it suggests to me that it's been on your mind, am I going to be okay? And there's a transition going on, and this is saying, yes, you are. Yes, you are. But you're going to have to. It's going to start about May, and by September, you're going to have physical evidence. If you remember this reading, and we'll record it, that you are going to be okay. So just going through this briefly now. I'm looking at your mental life now. We're going up to your mind, and surprisingly, it is the mind card with the blue border, and it says moving on. It comes up with moving on with a 6, which is actually June. So we've got patience till May, making sure that you water the seeds and prune the weeds.
Yeah.
And by June, you will be coming out of the darkness. It's time. There's a man there holding a watch. It's time for you to move on. But this guy, there's lots of images, and I work with images. This guy has got a cloak on, a protection, watching his back. So there's a little bit of a warning there for you, which is to watch your back. That you could have somebody, not going to say that someone's going to literally physically stab you in the back. If I did think that, I would tell you. I'm not trying to hide the fact that, so you're not under any physical threat, but you have to watch your back. You can walk forward, and you should always drive forward in a car looking through the windscreen and not the rear view mirror, but you've got a rear view mirror so you can watch your back, so that nobody reverses into you. And this suggests to me that there's a potentiality as you go forward that somebody or something from the past might try and hold you back and sabotage you. Even though you're pruning the weeds, somebody else could be planting more weeds. Does that make sense? Can you take that?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you can, I'm going to give you another card. It's healing. This suggests to me that you've got to heal the past. So you've got to create some balance from the old story. And one of the ways to do that is not to talk about it. Don't put attention on the past. And don't allow the past to have any fear in it that holds you back. So it's finding the courage to go forward. You want to ask something, I can sense. What do you want to say?
No, I'm just processing it. No, I'm just like, yeah.
Okay, so in terms of, we've suggested that, and I realise that, we could go into greater depth with this, and we possibly will off cam, but patience to prune the weeds and to water the seeds. There is material harvest, but you're going to not see it till it starts in September. But from May, you are moving on, but you have to watch your back a little bit. But there's no scary watching your back there, but just having awareness of your past and characters in the past that can try and drag you back and keep you in past stories.
Yeah.
But you've got to look forward to new stories. And this is amazing. This is amazing. This is triumph and success. And this is your spiritual life. This is your major definite purpose. This is what you are here to be, having gone through these stories and everybody has stories and baggage and things that they would have preferred not to happen. But for you, and again, interestingly enough, it's repeated. This is repeated June for you, that you're at the top of a mountain, which I think we talked about before, new mountains to climb. It is a boyish figure, so you're still in male, but actually it's a younger male, which means you're going to find new rejuvenated strength. Because the circumstances have sort of, with respect, beautiful lady, but it's aged you. It's giving you the wisdom of years, but it ages you. It accelerates the aging process, and you're gonna feel younger. You're gonna have more youth, more invigoration, more energy. But one thing that you've got to do, Steph, if you don't mind me saying with the greatest respect, is you've got to blow your own trumpet. I don't mean go down the music shop and buy one. I literally mean you've got to sing your own praises, because people don't. And in a world where there's so much doom and gloom, it's very easy to get round a group of people in the pub or the coffee shop or down the library or wherever you go, meet them in the park, walking the dog or wherever, and you all exchange your baggage. That's not got to be what you do, because that baggage is weeds. You can only plant seeds. You talk about forward movements and goals and what you want to create, because if you focus on what you don't want, you create what you don't want. So you've got to watch your vocabulary. And I would say that talking about the past and problems is weeds, and you mustn't do that. Now, I'm going to choose a card for you, even though you've got victory and success. Wow, that's the card I've chosen for you, which is the lioness, which is what you are. Even got the same hair as you. but is the wise shade,
popping out.
which is well, yeah, which is that with me as well, but which is the wise male, which is the authoritarian, assertive you, which you've had to be in your family. So you are actually wearing the trousers in your family, I can assume. Yeah, okay, enough said. But all this experience will give you power.
Okay.
With that power, it's very rejuvenating and very empowering. And that comes up before September. You'll find your power in August, which is 8.
Okay.
So you'll find your power before you actually get to the top of the mountain and get your material harvest. I think that's really positive. But clearly, there's a past story which, you know, we can share off cam, and I don't want to bring to a public meeting. And everybody's got, I could talk about my life in the same way, but the cards for you, I would say, are wonderful. That there's a lot of encouragement there, a lot of things to look forward to. Is there anything you want to ask me, Steph?
No. No, but it's all clicks with what I've been thinking about, what I've been feeling, where I want to go, the past story. I mean, obviously we've talked off camera as well, you know, about that, so you know where I'm going with that. But yeah, and it's nice to actually have that encouragement that if I do stand in my power, and if I do assert myself, and you know, get rid of that negative chatter going on in my head and keep thinking about what I want instead of overthinking and worst case scenarios, visualizing what I want and going for that. That's made me feel encouraged that yeah, it's there for you. Just keep believing it.
Absolutely. That's your future, and you can't stop being mindful of this. It's very easy now after this reading or after anything that I do, you know, transactional analysis or clinical hypnotherapy or anything that I do spiritual with my clients, therapy wise, Reiki, whatever I do, that people go, that was lovely, Mike, and then they go back into the story and be the same. Don't be the same, be different, grow from this now, Steph. Take this wisdom that's not come from me, it's come through me from the cards, from passed over loved ones, and grow with this. And we'll check in a few months as this story develops and we can see how well you're doing with this, Steph. But I really appreciate you respecting me to be able to come live, very brave, and let me give you the card.
Oh no, thank you. Thanks so much.
You're wonderful. Mate. Well done, Steph. I'll say goodbye, and goodbye to everybody who's watching. Take care.
Okay, thank you.